Ian Rappaport put out this morning, with Geno Smith headed to the Raiders, the fallout is dramatic. The Seahawks turn their attention to Sam Darnold, which means the Vikings' time with Darnold is likely over as they turn their eyes to Daniel Jones. However, Daniel Jones has options with Minnesota and the Colts being among them. Aaron Rodgers lurks, considering the Giants with the Vikings as a dark horse. Justin Fields has a strong market as the Steelers work to re-sign him, but the Jets and others have interest. So we're kind of all over the map here with where these quarterbacks are going to go, but I think you can start to see the line shaping. And this is pretty much in line with everything I thought was going to happen with the Vikings here. It was time to let Sam go. That seemed like the situation where the Vikings were going to express interest, as they should, because Sam was unbelievable last year. But Sam wants probably a lot of money and a longer-term deal. Because who knows? He could come out next year and not play well. Get the security while you can. The Vikings love J.J. McCarthy. They want him to be the guy. That's very clear. Listen to anything anyone in the organization says. He is their guy moving forward. So you kind of are hesitant then to give Sam Darnold this massive deal, no matter how much you like Sam. And if he won't take the shorter-term deal, unfortunately, there's just two sides that aren't getting along here. And they're probably not going to come to a conclusion. So Sam moves on. Now you turn your attention to, we want this bridge quarterback. Well, Daniel Jones is an option right here. But again, this is a similar situation as Sam Darnold, where if Daniel Jones plays, he plays well. Now you're back in this whole will they, won't they situation. Unless if it's very clear to Daniel that, hey, by midseason or next season, J.J. McCarthy could take over. So again, another weird situation where I think that they're going to actually sign Daniel Jones and have him and J.J. battle it out. But if Daniel Jones is given, a better shot with the Colts, if the Colts are ready to not give up on AR, but are more likely to move on from AR than the Vikings would be to sit McCarthy for a while, then maybe Daniel Jones wants to roll the dice there. And that brings us to Rodgers, who, it's kind of crazy thinking about all the drama that Aaron Rodgers brings. And I'm sitting here saying, he'd actually be a good fit in Minnesota for 1 year. Because he's there for just 1 year. You don't have to deal with this. Oh, is he going to come back? Is he the franchise quarterback? Generally, it seems like he has good relationships with the young quarterbacks in the room. I think Jordan Love likes him. Zach Wilson for a while. It seemed like they were very buddy-buddy until maybe the very end. And then you have a team that's ready to win. And a coach that's ready to win. And an organization that does things the right way. And they're not still figuring it out. I think the Jets could get there with Aaron Glenn, but they have a lot to figure out in that building. If you go to the Giants, now you have a team where the tension is super high in that building between Brian Daboll and Joe Shane fighting for their jobs. What just happened with Saquon, not having a quarterback, the Giants have a talented team or have some talented players, but that organization, that culture is far removed from success. They're far removed from being a functioning, well-rounded organization right now. And if Rodgers came in and dominated, winning does cure all in the NFL. Like very quickly, again, snap your fingers, and you could have the Giants with Aaron Rodgers looking like a threat if he's great. If you have a great Aaron Rodgers, no matter what team he's on, you're basically going to have a threat. So I understand the Giants looking at him. They want to win. Again, kind of similar to the Raiders here, getting Geno Smith and trying to stabilize and just get back on the winning path. That's the Giants' vision. I just think when you combine Aaron Rodgers with the way their team currently is, that wouldn't work. Right? It would take great Aaron Rodgers. And I think on the Giants, you wouldn't get great Aaron Rodgers. On the Vikings, I think you could. So it's weird to think about bringing in a guy who's had so much drama attached to him. He doesn't want drama, he says, but then there always seems to be some story that's sparked because of Aaron Rodgers. But I've kind of always liked him. I don't know why. I just think he's entertaining. And I think he's a great football player. So if he comes to Minnesota, I will get excited. Whenever you have a legendary quarterback come into the building, I think you should get a little excited if they still have that magic. And I'd rather roll with Aaron Rodgers and J.J. McCarthy. Like my preference would go. I think my preference would go Aaron Rodgers and McCarthy for the 1 year, then J.J. Second would be JJ this year with Daniel Jones backing him up. Third would be Daniel Jones with JJ backing him up. That's the order that I would probably want to see. The right order is probably to say JJ the whole time, but I can't help myself here. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's going to be a really fun next couple days here where we start to see the league kind of take shape and where these quarterbacks are going to go. I don't think any of these moves, the Vikings seem to be the real one that if Rodgers was great and went to Minnesota, there is championship upside. I don't think there's championship upside to Darnold in Seattle or Daniel Jones to the Colts or Justin Fields back to the Steelers or the Jets, like Rappaport was saying. The Vikings feel like the only destination with a team that's ready to go right now. The Steelers are very good, but I in the AFC North in that division, the offense is so limited with just George Pickens really scaring you. I think they have some more work to do. But it's going to be really fun. I can't wait to see what happens here. And unfortunately, Sam Darnold won't be coming back to Minnesota. I wish it could work out in the perfect way for both sides, but we're in a situation here where Sam he's going to want too much, and you have to be willing to let go. And the Vikings have shown, Kwesi's shown that he's very good at letting go. He's okay with letting the quarterback walk out of the building. And this year it paid off for them. It paid off letting Kirk go. So even though, I'm looking back on this Brock Purdy conversation we had, even though it's hard to let your guy go, sometimes a year later you look back on it and you say, probably the right decision. As much as we like Kirk, as much as we like Brock, if they ask for too much, they ask for too much. Now, sometimes you get a Peyton Manning situation where Peyton Manning goes and is an MVP for the Broncos and the Colts are going, oh, we really like Andrew Luck, but maybe we could have held on. Like that could happen. But it's part of the roll of the dice. All right. Appreciate you guys for listening in on a Saturday morning. We'll be back Monday. I'm imagining is going to be the big day with the legal tampering period opening. If I'm remembering correctly, that's when all the news is going to be breaking. So I'm sure that there will be some instant reactions coming out over the next few days. Enjoy the basketball. Enjoy hopefully some warmer weather, and we'll see you early next week.